Whoa! Look what just came out about 2 missing minutes of shooting that Muslim cop tried to hide. While the Minnesota Muslim cop who shot and killed a white woman still remains as a free man, the investigation into what happened Sunday night just turned up something sick. In the course of combing through the timeline of those horrific minutes to determine if Officer Mohammed Nur is innocent as he says he is or will face prison time for his crime, authorities came across 2 crucial minutes in Justin Damon's death that the Somali cop had tried to hide. The original account of the events leading up to Damon's death was that she had come up to the driver's side of the patrol car driven by Officer Matthew Harity to explain what she had witnessed regarding an assault. Nur was in the passenger seat, and while the pajama-clad Damon was calmly talking, he reached across his partner and shot her in the abdomen. There was question about the cell phone in her hand found near her body after as having been confused for a weapon. Another account from Nur's stunt partner on the scene came out after, but it's the revelation of a specific 2 crucial minutes, which is now the most important to this horrifying story and Nur's fate. About 36 hours after the original report, Harity broke his silence on what he said really happened, which was that Damon was walking toward the car when she was shot as a response to Nur being startled by a loud noise. The Somali cop with the sordid past had immediately assumed the noise was a gunshot, provocating his response. It had actually turned out to be nearby aerial fireworks, but by the time that was realized Damon was already dead. Now Nur is refusing to comply with authorities after being asked about a couple minutes missing from the timeline of the shooting. Despite being an officer, Nur had found himself on the wrong end of the law in the last couple of years with multiple complaints being filed against him. He still kept his badge and position without any recourse to the complaints. Now that he's not getting away with his actions, he's refusing to talk to authorities about what happened Sunday night. Specifically when investigators questioned what happened between 11:39 and 11:41. His defiance seems to show some level of guilt since most innocent people would want to defend themselves, rather than not cooperating at all, as Nur is doing. The incident is causing public outcry, but Nur told the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension that he will not provide an interview about the incident, Dennis Michael Lynch reported. His body cam was also turned off during the shooting at Damon's residence. The calls into the station from the officer's radio seem to reveal something that certainly doesn't look good for Nur. Pamela Geller providing the timeline as follows. 11:39 p.m., police arrive. A squad car, driven by Officer Matthew Harity with Officer Mohammed Nur in the passenger seat, arrive at the address. The officers report on police radio the incident is a code 4, meaning no backup is required. 11:41 p.m., shooting reported. The situation has completely changed. Officers call for backup requesting a police, fire and emergency response. The incident report notes at this time, 1 down. Starting CPR. Police radio transcript from the time shows officers reported, shots fired at Washburn and 53rd Street. Correction 51st. Sergeant to acknowledge shots fired and 1 down at Washburn. 11:46 p.m., police radio in to confirm there are no suspects at large. In the 2 missing minutes in this timeline that Nur is trying to hide with what seems like lies, is likely the reality of what happened. He's telling his friends, not authorities, that he accidentally shot his gun at the sound of a loud noise. This Barney Fife is either completely untrained in trigger discipline and basic weapons handling, or acted with the motive in mind that he's not wanting to come out. Considering that he has 3 violent claims against him already for which he was never punished for, then perhaps he thought this would just be number 4 that would be forgiven and forgotten. Minnesota's crackpot mayor, Betsy Hodges, has already taken a stand for his defense by stating that she's with our Somali community. We can't compound the tragedy of Justine Damon's death by turning to racism, she said on Twitter in the wake of this horrific act. Nobody seems to have a problem with racism when a white cop shoots a black thug in the commission of a crime but cries about this when an innocent woman in her pajamas is killed by a Muslim officer. The double standard runs disgustingly deep and Justine Damon deserves justice. Near better start talking or his silence should serve as an admission of guilt of an intentional crime committed against another woman in his long list of offenses against females. His only defense of his actions is that he was just following his religion of Islam when committing these atrocities. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.